this lesson module, To Market to Market, it's all about food, where to buy it, how to grow it, and maybe even sell it. There are many families across America who have chosen to run a family farm as a way to earn a living. Some of them grow their harvest commercially, and many of them have you-pick farms where you come out and pick it for yourself. It's not easy, but the rewards are priceless to be able to grow food for families. Join us as we visit Melanie, who owns and runs Sandhill Blueberry Farm in Cassia, Florida. We visited with Melanie and learned about different varieties of blueberries, how they grow, and how her and her son work all year long for their 2-month harvest of blueberries on their 5-acre farm. So join us and let's learn about blueberries. Hi, today we are out at Sandhill Blueberry Farm and I'm here with the owner, Melanie. How are you doing today?
Good, how are you?
Good, thanks for having us out. So we are picking blueberries, and actually it is next to the last day of picking season. We're a little late this year, but we came out to a new place we haven't been before because I wanted to meet Melanie. And she is gonna tell us, can you tell us how many varieties of blueberries do you grow out here?
Yes, I have 4 different varieties. I have Emerald, which are what's behind us here. I have Prima Donna, Jewel, and Windsor. 4 different varieties.
Okay.
Yes,
and how many acres do you have out here?
5 acres of blueberries.
5 acres. Well, that's a lot that you have on 5 acres.
It is.
Okay.
It is. Plenty enough for me.
Now, do each of those different varieties, do they have a different season? Do they come in at different times?
Yes, ma'am. I have the Prima Donnas that come in normally first, then come the Jewels, Emeralds, and Windsors.
Okay.
They kind of come a little bit different. Sometimes just, it could be days or weeks in between them, according to the weather conditions.
Okay, well, we're in Florida today, out here at this farm, and so the growing season in Florida is usually different than most of the country.
Yes.
So for you, when does your growing season or picking season starts for the public?
We normally start April and May. That is our for sure season. We might start a little earlier, but it's just according to the weather and how things go. Yes. Okay. But we always go April and May.
Okay, so almost about a 2-month season you have for you pick.
Yes.
And so I'm guessing this is a family-run operation out here.
It is. It is. It certainly is. I own the place. We have been out here since 1982.
Oh, wow. Okay.
At that time, we were not growing blueberries. We were actually growing leatherleaf fern and some variegated pittosporum for cut foliage. So we did that up until 7 years ago. Okay. And a friend said, why don't you grow blueberries? I said, okay, I'm going to try blueberries. So I dug up the fern and the variegated pit, and that's when I planted the blueberries. So we planted March 27th of 2010. We planted all of the blueberry plants. There were 8,000 in one day.
In one day? I hope you had a lot of help.
I did. I had a lot of crew, which was really nice. It was really nice.
Now, as far as the caring for the blueberries, is it you? Do you have a crew that works with you? What would be the maintenance during that growing season on your blueberries?
On a daily maintenance, it's me. I take care of the blueberries daily. I do have a small commercial pick at the beginning of harvest. I will pick a little bit commercially. Then I normally go right into my U-pick season. And then, like I said, the remainder of the year, once we are done harvesting, then we will come in and trim the bushes. I do have to hire some help there because I can't do it all myself. So we will trim the bushes. And then after trim, it's just up to me to grow them, maintain them, and take care of the place until, we come back into harvest next year.
Okay, so when do you start working on them to get ready for harvest? Is there a period where you're out here every day working on them to get them ready for that April and May
It's
season?
beginning now, June the 1st. From here on out, I will continue to grow them. Like I say, these have already been trimmed, so we've already began the trim, and then we'll trim these on Sunday afternoon, evening. And then from there on, I will spend the next several months fertilizing and trying to set the crop for next year. And then I'll spend the winter time. We have to freeze protect them.
Okay.
And after that,
So are they susceptible to frost, the bushes themselves? Okay.
Once the bushes get bloom, once you begin to have bloom on the bushes, then you need to take care of freeze protecting and stuff like that.
All right.
And once the berries come on, you can't let it get too cold because it will freeze the berries off. So that's my job, and I have to take care of them for 10 months out of the year for 2 months worth of harvest.
Wow, okay.
Yes.
Well, we're going to talk a little bit about the blueberries themselves. If you've ever been picking blueberries, we've got a great bucket started here where we are not done. I think we're going to try to leave with as many as we can today.
Good.
Because we want to make some blueberry jam is what we love to make, and blueberry pies. So Melanie, what are your favorite things to make with blueberries yourself?
For me, the thing I enjoy most is, of course, the blueberry pie.
Blueberry pie.
That's my favorite, the blueberry pie. And I enjoy making blueberry cobbler, and I have made some blueberry jam.
Okay.
So those will probably be my favorite things. Of course, blueberry pancakes are always
Oh
up
yeah,
there
we love
everybody
pancakes.
loves
Everybody
blueberry
loves pancakes. So we were talking a minute ago about blueberries. If you've ever picked, you'll notice there's a white coating, and so we were asking Melanie what that was, and it's part of how the blueberries grow. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, from what I understand, it is actually the blueberry produces it themselves, and it is like a protective coating on them to help them to maintain their longevity and to help them when you're putting them in the refrigerator. It actually helps to preserve them. That's what I understand the coating is for. It's a good thing for them. It's not anything on them that's bad. It's a positive.
And then we were talking about pollination of the blueberries. We saw that Melanie sells honey over here in her little hut, and she said she has a friend that brings in their bees for pollination.
Yes.
And then you also said you actually buy
bumblebees.
Yes. And you buy them each season?
Every year I buy bumblebees. I buy what's called a quad. There's 4 different little sections inside there where they put food for the bumblebees. Once they arrive, they come from Canada, and they ship the blueberry or the bumblebees down. They come here, we calm them down, we open their door, they chew their way out, and then they begin pollination. They're very hard workers, bumblebees are, and I buy them every single year. I've bought bumblebees, so they are a big asset to the crop, along with the honeybees.
Okay, so they work together in pollinating all of them. Yes. And so do they stay around after? Are they specific for fruit, or do they end up leaving and finding somewhere else, something else to do once your harvest is through here? Do you have any idea?
You know, I'm not real sure exactly where they go. There are none left, of course, in the box, so they have gone somewhere else. But the first couple of years, when I first started getting bloom, I noticed that there weren't many natural bees. I call natural bees.
Right.
But the last 2 or 3 years, I've noticed that even before the bees arrive, I have natural bees that live here. So that to me is a plus, because
that's a wonderful sign that we're regenerating that.
We need to regenerate our pollinators. Without them, we couldn't have blueberries. So they're very important to our process of producing berries.
All right.
Along with several other crops, of course, you know, that they need to be. But
so we are here in Cassia, Florida. Is that how you say that? On a very balmy, where sweat is dripping from us today, even though it's overcast. Picking the last of the season. It's June 2nd today. Is that right?
That's correct.
So tomorrow is her last day. So we would love for you, if you're in Cassia, Florida, next season to come visit Melanie at Sand Hill Blueberry Farm. And she's going to, where can we find you at?
I do have a web page, I guess, well, actually, I guess you call it a Facebook page, under Sand Hill Blueberries. There's a space in between Sand and Hill, but it's Sand Hill Blueberries. You can find me there. I post our opening and closing dates, things that are happening here at the farm. I post that as well.
All right.
So just look for me there and come out and see me. That would be great.
Thanks for sharing with us today and all the information we've got.
Thank you. I appreciate you coming out and taking time, and I just love to have you come back.
All right, we will. Well, yeah, because, you know, we love blueberries.
Good. That's the good thing. Yes, everyone seems to love blueberries, and they're good for you. You know, they've proven that there's so many antioxidants in blueberries, and I've had several people ask me too about freezing the blueberries. They felt that freezing the blueberries made them less nutritious. Well, they wrote up in our blueberry newsletter that actually freezing the blueberries begins to enhance some of the antioxidants that are in the blueberry.
Oh, okay. Because that's what we do.
Really
we like to freeze them.
Yes, it doesn't hurt to freeze them. A lot of people thought, like I said, it would take away from them. It actually helps them. So freezing them does not hurt a thing.
Perfect.
It's a good thing. Yes, it
All
is.
right. Any way you can eat blueberries, go eat some blueberries.
That's right. They're good brain food. Good for you and good brain food. Yes.